Hello, my name is Michael, and I am a part of Uplift Stitches, and this is a Flosstube Extra. So this video is less about my current cross stitching for this month, and more about something I mentioned in my last video, which I thought about whether I wanted to create a Facebook group or a Discord channel. And I opted for the Discord channel for a number of reasons. So I think it allows more flexibility for having places to share multiple challenges or sales, as well as kind of in general, some general channel for chat. There's a lot of stuff that it allows me to do. That a Facebook group is a little bit less well organized. So, and I know some of our subscribers aren't familiar with Discord, have never used Discord. My wife included. So this is kind of a tutorial for those who are unfamiliar with Discord, what it is, how it looks, how it functions. If you're already familiar with Discord, you probably don't need to watch this video, and that's quite all right. This is really just about the channel I have set up and how to navigate it, how it works, and I'll go over some of the brief settings. If you're not familiar with Discord, then you can adjust to help keep it from being a little bit more overwhelming with notifications. It's pretty simple and straightforward. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll start with the overview of what the channel looks like, how I have it organized, what the different areas are for the channel, and just how you can interact with it. So if you're needing that kind of a tutorial on Discord, then welcome and stay tuned. And I'll try to give my best example of how the Discord functions. I'm not going to go into every function for Discord. Some of it is more built towards like streaming games live and that kind of thing. And that's probably not something this channel is necessarily going to do, although if somebody's interested in that kind of thing. But this is really more about sharing our projects, our progress on our things we're stitching, other crafts as well could be shared here as well. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and dive in. So you can see the screen. This is the Uplift Stitches community chat. So this is what it looks like when you go into Discord on a browser. It does have a desktop app and also a phone app that you can install on your phone for both Apple as well as Android. So it's available both ways. A lot of people do use it on their phone. I have it installed on my phone. And you'll see right away, there's a number of different servers over here that I'm a member of. And when you're whatever channel you're actually looking at viewing will be noted by this little icon over here. And then you'll see what's available in that channel over here. So these are the different text channels. This is kind of informational. This is pretty standard for most channels. So there's welcome and rules. This channel is designed or aimed at being kind of friendly and everybody who wants to be a part of it. So that's really the only rule, is to be respectful and civil towards each other. I don't think that'll be a huge issue with anybody joining this channel, because we were a great community and that's not really been an issue, but that is the only rule for being in the channel. So you'll see a pop-up that when you join, just agreeing to that. I think that's pretty common among a lot of channels. So as I said, there's a lot of different options over here for different channels I have set up. Any number more can be created, and there's voice channels, which I'll talk about in a second. So at the top, like I said, this is just the welcome and rules for the channel. Down below that, I've actually created what's more like, this function is more like a discussion board. And this is really just for informational purposes. So I did an initial post about LNSs in the St. Louis area. So I thought this might be a place we can post about different LNSs, different crafts, different hobby resources, and kind of have that all gathered in one place. So you can search here by these different tags that I've created. This can be adjusted. If we find other tags might be more helpful, we can post information about workshops, retreats, virtual and in person. So that's kind of what I envisioned for this discussion board type of a post. I don't know how well it'll be used, how much people find it useful. It can always be deleted if it's not really that useful, I find, over time, but I thought that was a nice thing to create. And then I have a number of different text channels. And so the You can chat about anything anywhere, obviously, but having kind of a focus for some of them and more of a general one. This is like a general cross stitch life channel to chat about whatever you want. And these are kind of for posting about the different challenges in SAL. So here's my RPG character challenge, and that was really the inspiration for creating the Discord in the first place. Was I know there's probably I'm assuming there's hopefully a large number of people taking part in the RPG character challenge. And I'm curious what kinds of characters that people are creating, maybe what projects are giving them their biggest points, those kinds of things. So I would love to see what people are creating here. I do have a small channel on Instagram with a few of my friends that I we share what kind of character options we get each month, but it'd be fun to see that kind of here. This is the channel that kind of inspired. This is a text channel, so it functions just like any text chat within anything else. You can post it, you can add gifs, emojigams, that kind of stuff. So, and I did one for the 12 days no friends when that gets here in December. Mel's birthday sal, which there. So these are just channels I thought of. So below that though, there's another fun option is the voice channels, and this operates pretty much just like a standby virtual meetup. So like you click on general, you get added to the channel, and you can see I can turn on the camera, but the camera's already in use, so I can't turn it on. And it's actually not detecting my mic because my mic's actually already in use for recording the video. So that's pretty but so a very large number of people can join this, and you can invite other people to the voice chat, and you can just have an impromptu visit or just hang out here. People can pop in whenever they feel like, if they see there's people there. So it's just it's a fun way to have a video chat option without having to create a specific meeting at a time. You can just pop in to see if anybody's there. I don't know how much interest there'll be of people using this. I also created one that's more specifically, yes, I want to switch it together. This is one I kind of created if you're intending to stitch together and just stitch online. You can specifically go into that one and just hang out there, stitch, talk to each other, whatever. So that's kind of what the voice channels are all about. See, it's not really that complicated. That's all there really is to the channel. As I said, there's a desktop app as well as apps for your phone. So I typically use the browser app on my computer, but I do have it installed on my phone, so you can chat just like you would any other instant message type of a thing. I'm going to show a couple of the other things. So under user settings, I'm not going to show obviously all the private information, but if you go to notifications, this is one place where you can adjust what kinds of notifications you get and who can react to things, when you get notified, sound, you can adjust the sounds. So this is the area you'll want to go partly to adjust your notifications for things. But you can also click on channels, right click on them, and you'll see a number of options. You can mute servers for any amount of time or until you turn it back on, which means you won't get sounds for that or notifications. You can also mute things specifically down below that under notification settings. So you can only, when people mention you, you can get notified. Any messages, nothing at all. You could also suppress specific things in here as well if you don't want to be notified. If you have the mobile app, you can have it pushed to your mobile notifications. So you can adjust a lot of those things, which might become in handy if you don't want to be notified by everything that's in the chat. Simply only doing add mentions, for instance. You'll still see notifications when you go into the chat. It'll have a number of what the new ones are, and I think those stay there for, I think it's roughly a week. And then the newness of them will wear off and the numbers will drop out. But if you don't want to be notified those directly by your phone app, or if you have it open in here or open on your desktop, if you're using the desktop app, if you don't want to be notified of all the things that people are posting right when that happens, you can adjust these settings. So other than that, it's pretty straightforward. This is not going to be a super long video, I don't think, but that's kind of what I envision. I'm hoping that this can be a place to not only share obviously my challenge, but other things about other challenges, people to talk and build community. And it's a little bit more well organized, and I think it's probably for me at least it's more accessible for Facebook because I'm not a big Facebook person. I have an account. I'm on there once in a while, but I don't really spend a lot of time looking through stuff. I don't jump into a lot of groups that much or post. I did one this one time, but Facebook's gotten really cluttery and overwhelming at times, and I'm just not on it that much. And I know some people aren't on Facebook at all. So, and this might be a little bit more of a more private space where you're not seeing just lots and lots of posts all the time. You're just gonna see whatever's in your servers, or if you just joined the server. And I know there's some other cross stitch channels, Flosstubes and that have Discord as well. So some of you probably are familiar with it, but just another avenue, another fun place to kind of talk to each other and share stuff. So that's really all there was to this. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to make this available initially just by contacting us, and I'll send the invite link rather than making it generally available with a link, because I don't want to get a lot of spammers or that kind of stuff. At least initially. If the spot becomes problematic and I need to share the link more directly, I can do that as well for that. So you can contact me on Instagram to ask for a link if you want to do it that way. We also have our email on our Flosstube listings, so you can email us and we can send you we can send you the invite link. It's pretty easy to do as well. I think there's a share option. Actually up here and invite to server, so I can invite people directly or copy the link and send that out to you. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I mean, it's not a terribly complicated thing. Since I didn't go into all the things you can do as far as like you can share your screen and do a live streaming with gaming. That's one of the initial uses for it initially. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. And if not, I will see you in our regular Flosstube. Thank you. Love you. Bye.